Hi everyone. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to convert between customary units, between metric units, and between both. And I do have a list of conversion factors here that you will need to be very familiar with, and some you'll have to memorize. There's two ways we can do our conversions. Here's two methods. We can use what is called the proportional method. We can use proportions to make our conversions, and I'm showing the example here, or we can use dimensional analysis as another method, and I'm showing the example here. For the most part, I will be using this method in this video. However, it is very useful to also be very familiar with how to use proportions to convert, and I will go over that maybe in another lesson. All right, so we're going to begin by familiarizing ourselves with a lot of the conversion factors that we're going to use to be able to convert between units. So you should know 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms. 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. 1 quart is 0.95 liters. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 pint is 2 cups. There might be others, but we're going to use these a lot in this video. All right, so if we're going to convert using dimensional analysis, what we're going to need to do is convert all these equations into a conversion factor. Basically, all you have to do is write this as a fraction. So we can say 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And that's called the conversion factor. Or we can write it this way, 2.54 centimeters is the same as 1 inch. Okay, so both of these say the same thing. And you need to be able to switch between these two when you're using dimensional analysis. All right, let's look at the next one. We're going to go ahead and write the two conversion factors that go with this fact. So 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers, or we can write it like this, 1.61 kilometers is the same as 1 mile. One ounce, make sure you write your labels in just like I am doing, is 28.35 grams, or we can write it this way, 28.35 grams is 1 ounce. 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms, or 2.2 kilograms is 1 pound. 1 gallon is 3.79 liters, or 3.79 liters is 1 gallon. 1 quart, 0.5 liters, or 0.95 liters is 1 quart. One quart is 2 pints. Or 2 pints is 1 cup. 1 pint is 2 cups, or 2 cups is 1 pint. All right, so let's go ahead and use these conversion factors to help us convert between units. All right, so our first conversion question is 5 inches. We want to convert 5 inches to centimeters. I do want to say this. When you're going from a large unit, okay, to a smaller unit, you're going to need to multiply. If you go from a small unit to a larger unit, you're going to need to divide. That's the general rule. Okay? If you remember it, fine. If you don't, it's not going to be a problem because we're going to write everything out. We're going to show the conversion factors that we're using, and you're not going to have a problem if you don't remember these two facts. All right, so let's go ahead and start. This is what I want you to do. Just write what you're converting as a fraction. So we're converting 5 inches. Write that as a fraction, so that would be 5 over 1, 5 inches over 1. We're going to multiply that by our conversion factor. We know that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay? So I will need this or this. How do you know which one, which version of these two? Okay, since we want the inches to divide out, we want the one that has inches on the bottom. So that means we're going to have to use this version of the conversion factor. So we're going to have 1 inch here on the bottom and 2.54 centimeters on top. So now the inches will cancel because they're on opposite sides. They will factor out or cancel out. And now what you have is 5 times 2.54 centimeters. And we'll multiply that. And we should get 12.7 centimeters. When we multiply 5 times 2.54, we're going to get 12.7 centimeters. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. So we'll start with what we are given, and we write that as a fraction. 7 inches over 1 times our conversion factor. Because we want to go from inches to centimeters, we want the inches to divide out. So the inches have to appear on opposite sides. So it looks like I have to use this conversion factor again. So inches on the bottom, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Now the inches divide out, the labels divide out, and now you just multiply the two, 7 times 2.54, and you're going to get 17.78 centimeters. And I'm rounding to the nearest hundredths. All right, let's keep going. So we start with 16 centimeters over 1 times, this time we're going from centimeters to inches. So we're going from something small to something large. So this is where we have to divide. But it doesn't matter if you don't remember that. Just use your conversion factor correctly. So back to our conversion factors. Let's look. I want to divide out the centimeters. Okay, I want to go from centimeters to inches. So the centimeters have to be on the bottom because I want to divide out centimeters. So I'll use this conversion factor because it has centimeters on the bottom. So 2.54 centimeters over, or on top of that is 1 inch. So you see the centimeters cancel out. We've converted from centimeters to inches now. And we're going to get 16 on top, 16 inches, divided by, because we did not cancel out the inches. The centimeters are canceled out, so we don't need to write that in. Divided by 2.54. And when you take that and you divide them, you're going to get 6.3. Approximately 6.3. All right, why don't you pause the video and try number 4, and then play the video and check your work. I'm going to go ahead and continue. So 28 centimeters over 1 times the correct conversion factor. Since I want to convert from centimeters to inches, I want the centimeters to divide out. So I'm going to need 2.54 centimeters on the bottom and 1 inch on top. Centimeters will divide out. I'll have 28 inches divided by 2.54. And this is approximately 11.02 inches. All right, let's keep going. So now we're converting from miles to kilometers. Miles are longer than kilometers. So we're going from a large unit to a smaller unit. All right, so we'll start with 2 miles over 1 times our conversion factor. Well, we know that 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. Or, let me erase this. Or, let me just add. Or we can say 1.61 kilometers is 1 mile. Because we want the miles to divide out, okay, we have to determine which conversion factor we're going to use. We're going to use this or we're going to use this. You said this, you are correct, because we want the miles to divide out. The miles have to appear on both sides. So that'll be 1 mile. And on top, we'll have 1.61 kilometers. All right, the miles divide out. And then we just have to multiply 2 times 1.61 kilometers. And we're going to get 3.22 kilometers. Okay, why don't you again pause the video and do the next one. I will continue. 5 miles, it should have an I here. 5 miles over 1. We need to divide out the miles, so I need the miles on the bottom. So I'm going to need this conversion factor again. So 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. The miles divide out, 5 times 1.61, and we're going to get approximately 8.05. All right, again, pause the video and try the next one on your own. Try the next 2 and then come back and check. Again, I will continue. So 28 kilometers over 1 times, all right, we want the kilometers to divide out. So you see I need this factor right here. So 1.61 kilometers, and we'll have 1 mile here. So the kilometers will convert out. We'll have 28 miles on top. Divide that by 1 times 1.61, 1.61. And when you divide these two out, you should get approximately 17.39. All right, 46 kilometers over 1. I want the kilometers to divide out because I want to go to miles. So I'm going to use, again, this conversion factor, 1.61 kilometers, 1 mile. Kilometers will divide out, so I'll have 46 miles divided by 1.61. And then when you divide that out, you're going to get approximately 28.57. All right, we're going to keep going. The next one, we're going from grams to ounces. So you're going to need this conversion factor right here. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams, or 28.35 grams is 1 ounce. So we'll start with what we're given, 113 grams over 1 times our conversion factor. We want grams to divide out. So grams have to appear on opposite sides. So I need this conversion factor right here. So 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. So the grams cancel out. 113 times 1 is going to give me 113 ounces. Divide that by 1 times 28.35 is 28.35. And then when we divide that out, we're going to get approximately 3.99. All right, let's keep going. 72 grams over 1 times, I want the grams to divide out, so the grams should be on the bottom. 28.35 grams is 1 ounce. Grams will divide out, so I'll have 72 ounces divided by 28.35. You divide that out, you're going to get approximately 2.54 ounces. All right, next, start with 26 ounces as a fraction. We want ounces to divide out, so we're going to need ounces on the bottom, so we're going to use this conversion factor. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. So the ounces divide out, and you're going to multiply. So 26 times, let me erase this. So you're going to multiply 26 times 28.35, and you're going to get approximately 731.1 grams. All right, again, pause the video and work some of these problems and come back and check. 13 ounces. We want the ounces on the bottom, so 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. Ounces divide out, so that means you have to multiply 13 times 28.35, and we're going to get approximately 368.55 grams. All right, so now we need another conversion factor because we're converting from kilograms to pounds. So here is the conversion factor we're going to be using. 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms, or 2.2 kilograms is 1 pound. So we'll start with 14 kilograms. We want the kilograms to divide out, so we're going to need kilograms on the bottom. So we're going to use this conversion factor. 2.2 kilograms is 1 pound. So the kilograms will cancel. 14 times 1 is 14 pounds. And 1 times 2.2 is 2.2. And then we'll divide. And we should get 30.8 pounds. We'll keep going. 21.82 kilograms over 1 times, we want kilograms on the bottom because we want kilograms to divide out. So 2.2 kilograms is 1 pound. Kilograms will divide out, so we'll have 21.82 divided by 2.2. And that's going to give us approximately 46.82 pounds. All right, again, pause the video, keep going, and keep coming back to check. All right, so 65 pounds over 1. We want pounds to divide out, so we're going to need pounds on the bottom. 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms. So the pounds will divide out. We'll have to take 65 times 2.2 to get 29.41. 29.41 kilograms. 45 pounds over 1. We want pounds to divide out. So 1 pound is 2.2 kilograms. Pounds will divide out, so we'll have to multiply 45 times 2.2, and we're going to get 20.45. All right, so here's a reminder again. If you're going from large units to small units, you will multiply. If you're going from small to larger units, you will divide. But again, you don't have to remember. If you forget that, you don't have to worry about that. Just use your conversion factors correctly and you should be fine. All right, so we're going to go from gallons to liters here. We need the correct conversion facts. So here they are right here. 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. So we'll start with 30 gallons over 1. We want the gallons to divide out. So I'll have 1 gallon on the bottom, 3.79 liters on top. The gallons will cancel out, and we're going to have to multiply 30 times 3.79. When we do that, we should get approximately 113.7. 50 gallons over 1. We want the gallons to divide out, so 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. Gallons will divide out. 50 times 3.79 is 189.5 liters. Again, pause, work the problem, and come back and check. 150 liters over 1. We want the liters to divide out. So 3.79 liters, I'm using this conversion factor because it has liters on the bottom, is 1 gallon. So now liters divide out, you're going to have 50 gallons divided by 3.79. And when you do the division, you're going to get approximately 39.58 gallons. 200 liters. We want liters to divide out, so 3.79 liters, 1 gallon. So again, I use this conversion factor because we want liters to divide out. So liters will divide out here. So you'll have 200 gallons on top divided by 3.79. We divide those two out, you're going to get 52.77. All right, so here we have to convert twice because we're going to go from centimeters to inches and then from inches to feet. And you need to know your conversion factors. So from 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. 1 foot is 12 inches. Okay, so we're going to do one conversion at a time. So we're going to start with 40 centimeters over 1. We want the centimeters to divide out. So I'm going to use this conversion factor. So 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Okay, so I am dividing out the centimeters here. All right, I can go ahead and use another conversion factor so I can convert my inches because my answer is going to be in inches right now. But I don't want my answers in inches. I want it in feet. So now I can use this conversion. No, sorry, I can use this conversion factor because I want to divide out the inches. So I can say 12 inches is 1 feet. Okay, so now the inches divide out. When I do all the multiplying, my answer will be in feet. 40 times 1 times 1 is 40 feet. 2.54 times 12 . So that's 30.48. So So 40 divided by 30.48, we're going to get approximately 1.31 feet. All right, we'll continue on. 74 centimeters. We want to convert that to feet. So I need two conversion factors. The first one I'm going to convert from centimeters to inches. So I'll use this conversion factor. 2.54 centimeters is the same as 1 inch. So the centimeters convert out, and my answer when I'm done, it'll be in inches. But I don't want it in inches. I want it in feet. So I need another conversion factor to help me convert it to feet. So I want the inches to divide out. So we're going to use this one again because inches is on the bottom. Remember, whatever you want to divide out, they have to appear on opposite sides. So 12 inches is 1 foot. So now we have 74 times 1 times 1, it's 74 feet, divided by 2.54 times 12, that's 30.48. So that's approximately 2.43 feet. All right, so we start with liters and we're going to convert it to cups. We need the correct conversion factor. We know that 1 gallon is 3.79 liters and 1 gallon is 16 cups. We're going to have to use these two conversion factors. We have to go from liters to gallons first and then from gallons to cups. All right, so we're going to convert from liters to gallons. So I want liters to appear on both sides. We're going to use this conversion factor. 3.79 liters is 1 gallon. Now liters divide out. My answer when I'm finished doing the math, it'll be in gallons. But I don't want my answer in gallons, so I have to do another conversion factor here. I have to use another conversion factor here. I want my answers in cups. I know that 1 gallon is 16 cups. I want to divide out the gallons, so the gallons should appear on the bottom. 1 gallon is 16 cups. Okay, so gallons divide out, and now I can go ahead and multiply the top and divide all that by 3.79. All right, so when you're finished doing the math, you should get approximately 3.17. All right, last one. Looks like I've already done it. Let's erase it and start from the beginning. All right, 24. 4.5 liters over 1. Let's convert liters to gallons. I want liters to appear on opposite sides, so I'm going to use this conversion factor. So the liters will cancel. So the liters will cancel, giving me an answer in gallons. But I don't want gallons, I want cups. So I need to go one more step and multiply that using another conversion factor. I want cups on the bottom. I want gallons to appear on opposite sides. So 1 gallon is 16 cups. So gallons cancel here. And my answer when I finish multiplying and dividing, it will be in cups. So you're going to take 4.5 times 16 and divide that by 3.79. And you should get approximately 19 cups. All right, 3.6 liters over 1 times We want liters to divide out. All right, so I don't want you to get confused, okay? Here's some more conversion factors you may need to use sometime, but in this case, we're still going to use these two up here for this problem right here. Okay, we're going to convert the liters to gallons first. So 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. Want the liters to divide out. My answer will be in gallons, but I don't want my answer in gallons. My final answer I want in cups. So we want to divide out the gallons. 1 gallon is 16 cups. And now the gallons cancel. When we're done multiplying and dividing, your answer will be in cups. And when you're done dividing and multiplying, you're going to get approximately 15.16 cups. All right, last one. You can do that one on your own. I'll go ahead and give you the answer. When you're done, you should get approximately 35.79. All right, and this concludes this video on conversions.